What's up, guys? Welcome to History Facts. Today, we are going to be addressing whether Christopher Columbus was actually the first person to find America. Most of us grew up hearing the story of Columbus discovering America in 1492, but the truth is way more complicated than that. Was he really the first, or have we been told a simplified version of history? Let's dive in and find out. Columbus was an Italian sea navigator and a map maker who became famous for the discovery of America in 1492. But the truth is that he wasn't the first to find America, and some argue that he didn't even come second. But in order to find the truth, we must go back 1,000 years in the Middle Ages, when Eric the Red, the Viking explorer who discovered and founded Greenland after being exiled from Iceland because of a series of murders, gave birth to a son that was about to follow his steps and become one of the most famous Vikings ever. While Leif was still growing up, he heard a story from a trader that changed all his life. The trader basically said that once he accidentally came across a land that was rich in natural resources and full of fish. But the ocean current took him away from there. Nobody took him seriously except from Leif. When Leif grew up, he left with a number of men in order to find this land. After some days, they came across a new land, which they named Vinland. The settlement they built didn't last long because of the hard terrain and the native people who were there long before them. Leif didn't know that he accidentally had built the first ever settlement from Europe in America. Leif Erikson came across America approximately 500 years before. Columbus and many believe that he didn't discover America first. But if Columbus and Leif didn't discover America, then who did? The truth is that the first humans to step their feet to America went from Asia and founded the first settlement 15,000 years or 20,000 years ago. You might wonder, how did humans manage to navigate seas so many years ago? The funny part is, they didn't. They just walked to it. Let's see, 20,000 years ago was the last ice age, and an ice bridge between America and Asia was formed, enabling Asians walk to America. And later, when the ice melted, they were forced to live there for ever. All these facts are accepted and well known among historians. But what if I told you that some people believe Spartans went to South America somewhere around 400 to 700 BCE? The truth is that the wide variety of historians doesn't support this idea for some reasons, like the fact that Spartans hadn't developed ships good enough to travel across the Pacific. But some could argue with some luck they could have made it. Another reason is that no Greek DNA has been found in South America. But again, some could argue they went there and left without leaving any ancestors, because, as we all know, they didn't let anyone other than Spartan enter their territory. That means that they could go extinct easily if they traveled with a small number of Spartans. The supporters of this belief argue that Spartans had many physical similarities with a tribe called Araucani, like their tall and muscular appeal and some similarities to the structures and warrior codes they had. Finally, a more accepted theory argues that Greeks went there, and while Spartans are very unlikely to be true, Athenians are way more possible. The reason we believe that was Plato, an Athenian philosopher who analyzed the theory of Atlantis. Some scientists believe that he wasn't talking about a lost city in the water, but about America, and he even talked about the Hyperborea, the fact that in these lands it is 6-month night and 6-month night. Finally, they found stuff that is similar. 2 Greek belongings. But most historians believe that this is not true, and Plato imagined that like Homer imagined Iliad and Odyssey. As you might understood, there is no way Columbus discovered America first. But why does school teach us that? The reason is quite simple. Vikings and even Greeks may have discovered America first, but when Columbus did, he traveled back and let everybody know, taking the fame of this achievement for himself. History has many uncovered stories, and maybe your country found America too, but we will probably never know the entire story. Do you believe Greeks could have traveled to America long before Columbus and Vikings? Or this is just a myth? Write down in the comments what you believe and leave a V. Like and subscribe for more video like this.